And hello everybody, this is Gamer with Opinion with another mod presentation. Today we're gonna present the mod Great Wars and Totalis Bellum by Nick One Assassin and Crysix. So this is a merger of the work of two modders. Nick One Assassin is very well known for his map, the Catus Mundi, on the Rome and Rome Remastered. It's probably the best map around for modding. And this mod basically destroys all three Roman faction, rebuilds them into one. Adds two new kingdom, Sabbatean and Bosphorian kingdom, not on the Bosphorus but the traditional Bosphorian kingdom, the Greek one. They are not playable at the moment. It has many of Nick One Assassin modifications and stuff like permanent watchtowers, no rebel settlements, and other variation. You can go into the Steam shop and look at the mod specs because there's many, so I can't go over everything. What is interesting is that the roasters have been redone. The battles are nicely balanced. I have tried a 25 turn test campaign. That's what I do with all mods. Before presenting, I play a 25 turn campaign and see how it behaves. So we're gonna go and look at the Egyptian first, just to give you an idea of the type of work that has been done in this mod. So the main characteristic of this mod is that the roster has been totally redone. It's been reworked. And for those who do know Totalis Bellum, it was a very nicely balanced mod, which was still giving you a good vanilla experience for the people who are looking for that. It was mission accomplished on that aspect, and that was from Crysix. And as far as Nick One Assassin's work, well, I don't think I have to emphasize how good and how productive he has been for the community. So here you've got the procedure to get the 4 years per turn. It needs a script. It's one of the rare one right now in Remastered that needs to activate a script. It does. There'll probably be others, or maybe they will find a way around it. I don't know. So if we look at Egyptians, it's very traditional here. We've got the Nubian spearmen, which are pretty good spearman unit, basic spearman unit, with bonuses in desert fighting, and they have bowmen to be noticed, 40 arrows and 120 range. The other stats are decent. So this is an idea, and if we look at the buildings, you will see that it is your basic buildings, except that the factions will have access to more roads and stuff, especially the creeks, like, or here they can do paved road. And also we have access with the Egyptians. We do have access to all the temples from the Greeks. So this is, and plus of course the Egyptian gods that are included in those. So this is it for the Egyptians. If we go look at the Romans, we will see the vanilla type troops that the Roman starts with. So we have the usual loading screens from Rome Remastered. The splash page have not been reworked. So of course we get the messages for the destroyed factions so that they can recreate more. So if we look at Roma, we can see that Romans have access to all the Roman gods. Pretty simple as far as it's concerned. You can see that there's bonuses to altar and stuff. Armorers, this is one of the bigger modifications that you have to be aware of. Blacksmiths and armorer, they will give bonuses to everything. It upgrades everything, which makes total sense. Don't know why it wasn't done that way to start with. So this is a very nice thought and a very nice way to actually kind of balance, because the AI is getting the same treatment. So for troops, we have our peasants, our town watch, and this is where it starts to be modified. So the Veids, you can see that the Veids has an equivalent score of melee attack than the archers that I've shown for the Egyptians. They got 8 arrows at 50, 8 javelins, 50 range. Decent stats for the shields and stuff. So this is actually a good unit. Our Astartes, the blunt horses, 2 ammos, 35 range. So you have to play closer with those, which is good. It's like a point blank discharge of missiles. And notice the stats, especially total defense and melee attack, because when we go and look at the Principes, we see that there's not that much difference, but there is. But for the increased cost, it's always the same problem with Rome when you're playing the Romans. A good Astarte unit, properly boosted, well, it's almost as good really as a Principe. I would have liked them maybe to beef up the Principe a bit, or tune down the Astarte a bit, just to reflect the difference of quality that's supposed to exist between the two troops. It's a failing from the vanilla version. And you have in your starting army, you have 3 areas available. So very good 3 areas. 3 areas are supposed to be elite troops, even if they are old-fashioned. This is the unit that a Roman will drop after the reforms. So, and if we look at the starting position, it's pretty classical for a fusion of the Roman faction. So basically you have your northern border with the Gauls, but you have no neutral settlement, because like I said, it's a no rebel settlement. And you have Messana to start with, so you have to contend with Syracuse, and also with Libya here, that will be Carthaginian. So that will be it for the Roman. So if I will show one last faction where we will go into a Greek one, so that you can see. Well, there's also Swaby and everything that have been well treated, but I can't present all the factions. But let's say that we'll go into Seleucids, because they have pretty much everything, and also because it's one of the good representation I've seen of the Seleucids in the different mods. It's always hard to have a good take on the Seleucids. It's hard to reflect what they were and why it was working. It's not that and keep them balanced. So they have, like I said, they have access to the better roads. So the military buildings, it's as usual. Like I said, if you look here at the blacksmith, it's one everywhere. But here, the blacksmith will give them sighted chariots, which is pretty neat. That's the other thing. Blacksmith and armorer in some civilization will enable you to train specific type of troops. So if we go troops, which is what I want to show, so we've got your militia uplights. That's the classical militia uplights. Of course, it cannot form the phalanx. You've got your eastern infantry, but if you look, 34 defense with 26 skilled, it's actually not a bad light unit. It has its bonus, of course, for fighting cavalry. That's what it's supposed to do. And it's actually decently fast moving. You have your militia cavalry, which is your missile cavalry, to be noticed. 8 ammunitions only, but if you look, 7 melee attack, 30 defense, and a 27 charge. So this is an hybrid missile troop. And you can train generals, or general bodyguards in that case. You also have Greek cavalry, so that's your basic heavy cav, light cav Greek type or Macedonian types if you want. Then we've got the Levy Pikemen. The Levy Pikemen can form the phalanx. If we look at the stats, it's not that good, which is supposed to be because they are Levy. This is not regular troops. Peltast. 8 javelins for 50 range. Decent, but actually inferior to the Romans. I don't know if that is accurate. Well, I guess so, because you have the heavy peltas, which would reflect the better peltas that the Greeks had, because for skirmishers, Greeks were superior to Roman in most cases, until they adapted their skirmisher troops to a more Iberian configuration, at which time the Roman Veit unit became kind of crystallized and streamlined, and was way better. So it was the change to the javelins, among other things, that made them better. So war elephants, they have ammo, 60 of them, a lot of ammos, and a 120 range, so they are good at 40 charge. They have excellent stats. They have plus 12 at points. It's a pretty good unit. It's as usual, it frightens the infantry and everything. So I'm gonna look just to see if I have other troop type, but I don't think so. Yeah, that's your available troop types. And I want you to pay attention to the map. Like, this is the beautiful map. It is very well done. Look at this nicely done texture. And also, I didn't point it out, but starting cash is more than enough. And for Seleucid, it looks a lot, 15,000 and 8,000 a turn. But actually, they have such a huge territory and have to contend with so many people that it's barely sufficient to do the job at the moment. I have tested this mod with, like I said, a campaign, a 25 turn campaign. I've tried twice. So I've tried with the Roman and I've tried with Thracian. That's usually the way I go about it, because Romans is Romans is Romans. Everybody plays Romans. So it's always good to get a bearing on how they do behave and how good they are. And Thracian, because to me, the Thracians are pretty much the worst starting position that you can get. And the troop types is good, but not necessarily excellent. So it's a very, very hard thing. With both campaign after 25 turn, I had some success. In the July case, okay, that's fine. Roman are getting their game as usual. I was able in 25 turn to expand both on the Carthaginians and the Gauls, build my cities, keep my army fresh. So was no biggie there. As expected, it's an easy difficulty. With the Thracian, I had a hard time, but I was successful to expand on the east front toward the Bosphorus and kind of play a political game with the Dacians and the Macedonians. That's kind of the way you can survive with the Thracian. But I did respect the fact that the AI was playing very well. Greeks, Macedonians, and Dacians, they were playing very well as far as their troop movements and everything was concerned. And diplomacy was actually not that bad for once. So I don't know if there has been diplo work done. I doubt it, but it was very interesting to play Thracian in that mod. I would probably be doing a campaign in this soon enough, but I've got so many that I don't know when that'll happen. Anyways, I would like to thank Nick One Assassin and Crisis for bringing us this mod. This will be the end of this chronicle. You can give me a like, subscribe, share, follow. You can find me on Twitter, Mine, Odyssey, and YouTube and Twitch. So what I do appreciate the most is comments. This is the way I can improve the channel and keep you up to date with all the development in the Total War on the Total War scene. So this has been Gamer with Opinions. I'm wishing you a good day and take care, everybody.